Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Curtis L. Chapman, the author of Knights of Cloud, and I'm back to promote my book, Knights of Cloud. I'm gonna give you guys a little brief breakdown on this book, what it's all about. I'll be talking about a few characters. In my last video, I talked about that's right. We was talking about the allies to the humans. Lord Cloud, he's trying to get some kingdoms to join him in this battle against the vampires, because he knows that he is outmatched when it comes to fighting these vampires, and so he knows that he needs some help. So this is why he sends out Simon along with 11 others with Simon to go to the lands of Dreadmore and find these kings and queen and try to talk to them and convince them to join in this fight for humanity against the vampires. Because the vampires, Proteus, who's a dictator, he's trying to put the humans in their place, and anybody that's following the humans and that's going to side with the humans, he plans to put them in their place as cattle. He wants to dominate them. He wants to enslave them and treat them nothing more than cattle. So today, we're going to talk about, I know the last video we talked about Ares, the warlord king. And we talked about Icarus, who's the king of the elves. Today, we are going to talk about, we're going to be talking about the Amazon queen. She's the only queen that can join in this fight. Well, Lord Cloud wants to join in this fight, but she needs a bit convincing. But before we get into it, I just want to thank you. If you had seen my invite video on TikTok and on Facebook, I just want to thank you for joining me, and I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's dig into it. Let me give you the breakdown. Okay, the Amazon warriors, these are a group of women who are warriors, and these warriors, these women warriors, they don't too much really deal with men. If you're not a woman, they look at you as you are inferior and that you're nothing. They view men, they believe that men are only good for two things only. That's manual labor and making babies. And so this is why Lord Cloud and his generals decided to send Nida with Simon, because they knew that if Simon and the other knights went to try to talk to this Amazon queen, she was going to immediately enslave them, and might even possibly kill them. So they needed Nida to come along to talk to the queen. The name of this Amazon queen, her name is Autumn. She is the queen and the mother of the Amazon women clan. And she also has a daughter whose name is Sheba. Now Sheba, she's a warrior, and one of the knights is going to fall in love with her. And if you want to know more, you got to buy the book. Okay, so I just gave you a little brief breakdown on the Amazon warriors, which they're women warriors, and I'll probably be talking a little bit more about them because there's a spin-off book. Well, actually, I probably in the second part of this book, I probably put a brief description on where the she devils came from, which I'll talk to you more about that. But it has something to do with the Amazon warriors. But anyway, okay. The next king I want to talk about, he is the dwarf king of the dwarfs. And also he is Mr. Boulder's cousin, which probably is going to be revealed in the I'll probably talk more about it in the other book. Well, actually in the other books, because there's going to be 2 other spin-off books from this particular book that's going to have Mr. Boulder in it. So Mr. Boulder, he's going to be in a lot of my books that I bring out. That's spin-off books from this book. But anyway, okay. The name of this dwarf king, his name is Rodan. Rodan is his name, and he is the king of the dwarfs. Now the dwarfs, they are also cave dwellers, but they also have their kingdom on Fog Mountain, on the outside of Fog Mountain. The Mold Men, which is the warlords, they live inside the mountains. But the dwarfs, they live on the top of the mountain. But they tend to go in the mountains looking for gold and treasures and things. And the dwarfs, they don't particularly like the Amazon women because they view them as savages. And this is why when this first before this attack that's going on now had unfolded, there was rumors about this attack in the other book that I'm going to write, which is going to be in the book of Simon's Quest. I know I mentioned a book in the last video called Simon's Quest, and it's going to actually be like a somewhat of a link to the past of this book that I just got published now. And it's going to talk about how Proteus came into power and how Proteus walked away from the High Council, the Vampire High Council, and how he went on his quest to invade the lands of Dreadmore and also the lands of Iskandar. Now the dwarfs, they are going to be real good friends with Simon because they know his father. Because Simon, he's going to be named after his father, which is his father's name is going to be Simon Senior. And so the dwarfs, they're going to be kind of somewhat familiar with Simon when he comes, because he looks just like his father, which is going to give them an angle, give Simon an angle to convince the Dwarf King to join them on their on this fight. But Mr. Boulder, he is going to somewhat, or is it? Wait a minute. I think it was either Aries, but Mr. Boulder, he gets around. He sleep with people's wives and things, and because that's just the type of guy he is. All he think about is gold and women, sleeping with prostitutes, and he also sleeps with people's wives and things. I think he slept with the Dwarf King's wife. I know he slept with either the Dwarf King's wife or Ares' wife, which kind of throws stuff off because of what he did when he did this. But if you want to know more about what Mr. Boulder did and the outcome of what he did before he hooked up with the knights that came from Iskandar, you have to buy the book. Well, that's going to be all for now. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But again, I just want to thank you guys, all the people who came here to watch my video and listen to me babble about some of the characters. I hope I didn't bore you guys. I'll try to make it interesting next time. But before I go, I just want to show you what you'll be purchasing when you purchase my book. It looks like this. There's the side view of it. There's the back of it. This is the hardcover. This one costs like $39. But I know by this being Christmas and all, and y'all trying to buy your kids gifts, I understand that could be a little bit more steep of a price for you guys. But I also have other books that is available. If you can maybe perhaps scrape up $9, you can get an ebook, because a lot of people, they do ebook, and that might be a little bit reasonable for you guys. And then, okay, second up to, after the hardcover, I got a paperback, which is on sale for $19.99, which that maybe perhaps might be reasonable for you to buy. But anyway, I'm finna get out of here. And please stay tuned for my other videos. There's one more king that I want to talk about. I'll probably give you a few spoiler alerts on other up-and-coming books that I'm working on. I guess that's going to be all. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. Like I always say, don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself to one of the most greatest books that was maybe perhaps written this year. Peace.